Okay, so yesterday what we started is we worked on, I believe, didn't we add the extract area yesterday? And we ran that formula, and then we started the output area, and we entered all this stuff in the output area, correct? Sure. So now we should be on, I believe, Q2 is the cell you need to select. So with Q2 selected, what you need to do is f of x, because we're going to do a formula, and type in, because it's probably not one we've done in a while, d average, and it should pull up a d average formula. Then I hit OK on that. So this is right off page 6-43, d average. And then when I find that, it should pull up as a D average, and it should say database field criteria. And the database, the first section there would be A8 colon I22. A8 colon I22 is the database. The field, the second part of that, should be, don't hit what I just hit.
Asa or Twyla, please report to the library. Asa or Twyla, please report to the library.
Supervisor review and quotes. So supervisor review and quotes, A8 to I22 up there, and then your criteria will be O, not 0, O12 to O13. So A8 to I22, supervisor review, O2 to O13, and it should say 9.083 if it's done correct. And then I hit OK, and it should put that number right here. So again, this is all off of page 643. D average, the first portion of it, A8 to I22. The second portion is supervisor review and quotes. And the third portion is O12 to O13. Then what you need to do is decrease your decimal to 2 places. So it should just be 9.08. Just do it, and if it doesn't work, just move to the next one. I'll come around and help everybody when we're done. I'm not going to come around individually on this one. We'll do it step by step. So do the best you can. Run your formula. If you don't get 9.08, if you get an error message, just leave that message. I'll come around when we finish. Then go to Q3 then. And in Q3, do the same thing, f of x, d average once again. Database is exactly the same, A8 to I22. The field is the same, supervisor review. And the criteria this time is going to be P12 to P13. And that should come out as 8.625 if done correct. Then hit OK, and decrease your decimal. So it should be 8.63. So 9.08, 8.63, and then click on the next one. And it's still on page 643. It's the exact same function. D average, A8 to I22. Same field, supervisor review. Criteria changes to Q12 to Q13. And if done correct, it should be 7.125. decreased down to 7.13. And while you're typing that, I'll kind of explain what you're doing basically. If you look at saying the average Avon supervisor review, so basically what you're doing is it's reading the table and it's adding up all those supervisors' reviews and giving us an average of all those different types. Does that make sense? So that's all you're doing there. So the first three are 9, 8.6, and 7.13. And like I said, if it doesn't work, just hit enter and go to the next one. I'll come around and help everybody when we're done. Otherwise, this will take forever. So just keep going and do the first three for now, and then hit save. It's all right out of your book. Okay, the next one you're going to do is going to be Q5. This one is an f of x. This time it's a D count. Enter. Find the one that says D count, not D count A, D count. And it's pretty much a similar setup. It's database, field, and criteria. And if you look on page 644 for this one, the database is the same as it was before, A8 to I22. The field in this one is the same, supervisor review, spelling matters, and criteria is M2 to M3. If done correct, your response and answer should be 2. The next one is down one more. It's f of x again. If you read out of the book, 645, this one's going to be a sum if. Click on sum if. Range is D9 to D22. The criteria for this one is checking / savings, spelling matters, and the sum range is E9 to E22. And if I do this correct, I should get a rather large number, and if I hit $, it should be 1,721,540,000. And I'm just going to keep going, and like I said, I'll come around. It's much easier. And they're right out of the book, so I'll help you on one, and you should figure it out. And the next one is loan officers. F of x once again. This one's going to be a count if. And the range is D9 to D22. And the criteria is loans in quotes. And it should give you an answer of 4. And then hit save, so you're saving as you go. Q9 is easy. You just type in the number they give you on page 646, which is 18481. The next one, Q10, is probably one of the more difficult ones. What I usually tell the students to do there is just type it in exactly as you see it and see if you get it to work. So 0 or equal index, put it in just as it is in the book.
Amaya Maxon, please report to the office. Amaya Maxon, please report to the office.
And if done correct on that, when you type it in, it should come up to Avon as your answer. And then save that again. And once